Good evening, everyone. It's me, Nobility Bibulus, and I haven't uploaded in 3 weeks, and for that, I apologize. I'm sorry. Ever since our friend, Qassam Soleimani, was tragically sniped by a hunter-killer drone, I honored our enemies by listening to their national anthem on repeat, and compulsively masturbating to Iranian e-girls. I also continued to deny the fact that on June 8th, 1989, more specifically in Tiananmen Square, the government of China issued a martial law, and as a result, thousands of Chinese students were slaughtered. But let's be honest, nothing really happened that day. With World War III on the rise, thousands will advise you to retreat to your underground bunkers and nuclear shelters to save your children and ultimately the future of America. However, I advise you to do the exact opposite. You see, there's a lot of power in embracing death, and what better way to do so than to donate to my Patreon and find out whether or not Sea of Thieves is worth playing in 2020. Yo, John, look at me. I dig. Now, I have no idea what the story of this game is, and that's based entirely on the reason that I don't care. There's, a comic book, I guess, followed by an incredibly long and immensely boring intro that I skip almost immediately. So, rather than diving into the scriptures of Sea of Thieves or whatever Rare shat out when they released this game 2 years ago, I'm gonna boil down what my character's story is and my experience with this game. The game begins by having you pick from 10 randomly generated invalid troglodytes that the game has the fucking stones to call pirates. From there, you can customize them and at the very least attempt to have them resemble humanity. Or, if you're like my socially autistic friends, make them stray far away from God as possible. Doing nothing but drinking grog in the middle of battle, playing catchy sea shanties as your ship is sinking due to a cursed chest your friend looted, or, if you're brave enough, attempt to sink the ship yourselves by throwing buckets of water below the deck, while also locking the captain in the brig when he attempts to save what's left of his galleon. And approximately 3 hours later, we got kind of lonely. We were gone for hours at sea and haven't seen the female form in what felt like years. This was about the time where our cis white male characters threw down their trousers and joined the transgenders. We raised our LGBT pride flag, equipped ourselves with women's clothing, which were, unironically, sexually confusing for me, and even slept with each other on the one bed that the ship contains. Hey, I don't make the rules. Although the story of our characters technically continues in our playthrough, canonically, they were killed as a result of their ship sinking. My character getting one last chance with his lover to play the concertina as the ship fell into the ocean. However, he then got his face immediately degloved by an angry shark.
I have something to say. Really important to say. We're going that way.
The gameplay for Sea of Thieves is very simplistic, and the combat especially is a testament to this. Weapons consist of swords and firearms such as pistols, blundergats, and even sniper rifles. There isn't a lot of depth to the combat, and while this is consistent with the game's simplistic design, allowing new players to join in on the fun without much difficulty, after the honeymoon phase is over and you're comfortable with the game, playing Sea of Thieves is about as uncomfortable as drinking a bucket of your mother's titty milk. You know, it's not terrible. I might do it if I get really freaky on a Saturday night, but otherwise, why bother? When you're bored in this game, you can either get drunk, sleep in peculiar places, or kill yourself.
Also, life just isn't worth living.
Master! You can't leave me!
You must believe.
Master!
That being said, whether it be firing your flintlock pistol, manning a cannon, fucking with the sails, or sleeping with a degenerate, the gameplay is very immersive and really makes you feel like a pirate. But in all seriousness, 90% of the reason why this game is so immersive is because of the sound. My favorite sound bites are the songs that kick in when you're versing a monster, like the Megalodon or the Kraken, and everything just goes to shit. The sound design alone, it just carries the weapons in this game. You can almost feel the kick of the gun as you're shooting it. My favorite weapon in the game are the cannons. On top of being so well designed, it just sounds so fucking cool when you shoot them. When Sea of Thieves works, the player has such a fun, goofy, and unique experience. I appreciate the length, the girth,
Penis.
the size of the map for Sea of Thieves, how tense the ship battles are, and again, how absolutely retarded the characters look.
Penis.
There is no way in fuck the pirates of Sea of Thieves are God's people. As I've said before, this game can get really fucking repetitive and really fucking tedious, and you'll feel it the most after several hours of playing. You'll eventually hit a wall in your voyages where absolutely absolutely nothing happens. Now, this is where the game suffers the most and where Sea of Thieves' tediousness is felt the most. When there's no action, I cannot find a way to have fun. It's apparently common to go exploring for an hour or two, sailing in the ocean, meeting nobody, and then turning in treasure and just repeating the same unending and unengaging process. So, should you play Sea of Thieves in 2020? No. No, I'm just kidding. Sea of Thieves is definitely worth a pickup. The first few hours I've played with this game have been the most unique experience I have in my life, at least in video games. Honestly, if the Game Pass is still discounted, definitely buy it. Definitely download the game. Just jerk off with 4 friends of yours and just have fun. That's all you have to do when you play this game. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.